What's going on? About to talk a little bit about what is stopping you from launching your business, or what's stopping you from taking your business to the next level. All right, we're going to give folks a few minutes to find their way up in here. That's what we're talking about tonight. We do have a workshop coming up on Thursday. Launch it. We're going to go through why most businesses fail. We're going to go through some time management stuff, all that good stuff. So if you haven't already registered, link in bio to register. But today wanted to see what type of live conversation we can have around this. What's stopping you, right? You can put it in the chat, put it in the comments if you're watching on the recording. But what are some things that are holding you back or stopping you from being successful in your entrepreneurship grind and journey? We did a survey of some folks. All right, we got 16 responses, right? So it's an ongoing survey, but 16 responses. And out of the 16, 75% of people said time management was the hardest part about starting a business. Do you agree with that? Go ahead and put something in the comments or in the chat. Let me know if time management. I'll give you the full scope, right? So it was time management, confidence, money, making and sticking to a plan, fear of failure, small following, or lack of experience, and team management. Interesting enough, team management got the least amount of votes or feedback, right? Only 6.3% of people said it was team management, which I find interesting, because are you really building a successful team or a successful business by yourself? Right? If time management is an issue, I know team management is an issue because you're the number one person in the team. Right? It's your business. You are the team. So if your time management is an issue, your team management may also be an issue, right? What's going on? Thanks for joining. Right now we're talking about, for you, what is the hardest part about starting a business, right? What is stopping you? What is the barrier? Is it money, confidence, time management, sticking to a plan, fear of failure, small following, lack of experience, or something completely outside the box, right? Maybe you got a different example. But in our survey, 75% of folks said time management is the number one thing. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about time management and some tricks. Especially, I don't know if y'all can hear the music, but I'm listening to some jazz over here. But especially for folks that are working a 9-to-5, right? If you're working a 9-to-5, you got your side hustle and you're trying to figure out, how do I balance all these things? I got you. We're going to talk about some tips and tricks that I used. Didn't always work out well, but now we're at a pretty good sense of it. So again, go ahead and put inside the comments what's something that's stopping you from launching your business or growing your business. Put that below so that we can give you some live advice. But right now we're going to go through, if you're working a 9-to-5 right now and you're planning your freedom, or you're just trying to do some extra income, how can you balance your 9-to-5 job and your side hustle and your business? All right. So number one, this has two levels to it, right? But number one is create your work business schedule. Wow. Mind blowing. I know. For me, this was a game changer, because I don't know if y'all know, I'm a workaholic. Like self-proclaimed, wife-proclaimed, I have a problem. Like, we'll be on vacation, I'm trying to sneak in any bit of work that I can. And if any of y'all want to join the live and, talk through your business idea, talk through your barriers, feel free to send a request and I'll go ahead and add you in here and we can do some live back and forth. But yeah, I'm a workaholic. So I used to work my 9-to-5, right? And I'm gonna give you two bits of examples or advice. First, I would say, how can you get maybe 20 to 30 minutes of time in the morning before you drive to work or before you Zoom to work, whatever your work experience is, how can you get 20 to 30 minutes in the morning to write down one goal, one thing that you can get done today that will move your business forward? Okay, so that's why I do every morning. I'll write in here, and some days it's just 2 things, some days it's 5 things, but as you're just starting off, write down, tangibly write it down. What is one thing that you can do to move your business forward, right? And if you want to put down 2 things, put down 3 things, do your thing. But the point of it is what you write down, you must get done that day, right? So it's not about putting like large, lofty goals. It's not about I'm going to sell 100 board games today. No, it's I'm going to post Black Wall Street, the board game today, right? It's not I'm going to write a book today. It's no, I'm going to write today for 5 minutes. Okay, so literally put down something that you have full confidence and control that you will complete. Okay, so wake up a little bit earlier than you usually do and literally write down somewhere 1, maybe 2 things that you will get done that day for your business to pull you forward. Now, second thing, right? That's one time management thing that really just helps center your direction and your energy for the day, right? So now your mind for the whole day is set on, oh man, that's right, I gotta do this, that's right, I gotta do this. And I mean, if you're a person like me, like your mind's gonna keep on thinking about it until you finish that thing. Step 2, that saxophone, hold on, my bad, that saxophone. I would strongly suggest you strategically use your lunch break. This is what I did. I was working my 9 to 5, and but before I had the business and I was taking just regular lunch breaks, I would go to the cafeteria, I would eat food for the hour that I had, or I would walk around, meet people, because I worked on a university campus. I would meet people. But when I launched the business, now that time, that hour break that I had for me to nourish my body, to nourish my soul, I used to either watch YouTube videos about education, about board game design, about entrepreneurship, right? So I'm learning. I'm, again, going in the direction of my business. Or I would use that to sometimes make phone calls for networking purposes, for mentorship purposes, for game selling purposes. I would walk around and just call people. Hey, are you interested in Black Wall Street, the board game? Hey, would you think this is a good idea? Hey, would you want this in your bookstore? All that stuff during my lunch break. Okay, so for you, you may be an author, right? So how can you write down an outline or an idea during your lunch break? You may be an educator. How can you read a book that can help you create content later on during your lunch break? So think about that a little bit, right? Not the whole hour, maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes of time. It could be during your lunch break, you do what's going on. Again, right now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about a few things. 1, what is stopping you from launching your business or growing your business? Number 2, time management, right? Time management. If y'all want to join the live and get some live back and forth conversation on your business idea or your time management regimen, send a request. We'll go ahead and add you in here. But again, first thing, right in the morning, write down one tangible thing that you can accomplish, you can get done that will move your business forward. Number 2, think strategically about your lunch break. All right. And again, I'm a workaholic, so for me, it's not a big deal. For other people, they may be like, I need my lunch, right? Trademark, definitely. So trademarking, I'll talk about that after I finish time management, but trademarking should definitely be in your timeline of business procedure, right? But use your lunch break strategically. And the last thing I would say is set aside maybe an hour to 2 hours after your 9 to 5. So you've gotten home, it's 6 o'clock, you're tired, do something business related for, let's say, an hour to get you started. And then as you move forward, maybe 2 hours, right? Now, I say that now. Before, when I was single, aka not married, I was grinding late at night because it was just me, right? And I was up late at the computer creating, networking, whatever it was, because it was just me. Now that I have a wife, have not a family yet, but we are a family unit. We've set out specific work hour schedules. Our work schedule is or my work schedule / her work schedule is 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. No work gets done before 6 a.m. California time. No work gets done after 8 p.m. California time, right? That is family time. But between here, Monday through Friday, I can do all my workaholic stuff I want. Weekends, it's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., right? That's the work window that I have. And that just helps me make sure that I'm prioritizing my family, prioritizing my wife, while also getting stuff done for the business. So set your work hours for sure. Number one, time management advice for entrepreneurs starting off. Just like you have hours for your work, right? Just like you have hours for your 9 to 5, set up work hours for your business and be the number one model employee for your own business, and make sure during those work hours you're grinding, you're getting stuff done. Seems like as soon as I started talking about my wife, she started to pull up. Hey, Queen, how you doing? Trademark. If you have a specific question about trademark, feel free to drop it. But in general, what a trademark does is it tells people where the product is coming from, right? So Apple is the trademark. You know that you can put that trademark logo on a phone, on a laptop, on t-shirts, on whatever. They own that trademark, and you know that's coming from Apple. And because you know it's coming from Apple, there's certain things that you automatically assume will happen. You assume if you have an Apple phone and an Apple computer that they will connect. They'll be able to link up. They'll have similar technologies, right? So if I make a phone and I put an Apple logo on it, which is trademark, that's illegal. I would never do that. But if I did that, you might buy it and assume because it has the Apple trademark and the Apple logo that it has all the Apple features. You would be highly disappointed because I don't know how to code, so it definitely won't do all that stuff. But that's what you would assume because of the trademark, right? So owning the trademark, owning the intellectual property tells the consumer, tells the audience who it's coming from. And based on who it's coming from, now the customer, the audience can make assumptions based on that company's history, their technology, and their kind of reputation. All right, so Nike, the Nike logo and the name, trademark. McDonald's, the McDonald's logo and name, trademark. You know that McDonald's sweet and sour sauce. You know those McDonald's French fries. You know the Big Mac, all that stuff, right? My ears are ringing. Yes, Queen. Your beautiful ears are ringing. I appreciate you for tuning in. Let's see. But yeah, so that's why you want a trademark. So for us, Black Wall Street, the board game, trademarked, right? We have some other trademarks that are still being in the works. Masterpiece, trademark, right? So hey, Cleverly, we appreciate y'all. So anything that you own as a brand, right? Your brand name, Nike, McDonald's, Black Wall Street, the board game, or Play Black Wall Street, Google, Facebook, or Meta, whatever they want to call themselves, right? You're going to want to trademark that so that products that come from that source are associated with a specific reputation and brand, all right? But getting back to it, we're talking about time management. If anyone has questions about time management, or if anyone wants to drop what barrier is in their way or what barrier was in their way from launching their business, feel free to put it in the chat or request to join. And you can go ahead and join this party and we can talk about it live. Either way, I'm happy, right? Second, time management tool. This was kind of already said, but please utilize a planner and write down what you need to accomplish. In these planners, I have, weekly goals on here. Right, so you have your weekly goals of things that you want to accomplish, and then you have your daily goals of things that you want to accomplish. I find when I started writing stuff down, it helped, one, calm me a little bit. You can see I have a lot of energy. I'm a talker. I was this way as a kid, which got me into a lot of trouble when I was a kid. But now I'm able to rechannel that energy a little bit. But I just always have ideas and things that I think I need to do in my head, and it can get a little bit stressful, a little bit overwhelming, especially if I fear that I'm going to forget something that I have to do. Right? So I would highly encourage you, if you're a high energy person like me, or if you just have a lot of things going on, you have kids, you have your 9 to 5, you have your business, you have your passion, you have your partner, you have your own self, it can get overwhelming. So get a planner, write down, this week I will accomplish this, right? So here I have finished chapter 1 of Launch It. Boom, that was done. Set date for the live course. That was done. It's this Thursday. You can join. Link in the Playback Wall Street bio. Launch It. Free hour workshop for folks that are trying to start their business. Talk about time management and the 5 reasons why most businesses fail. Check in with Linwood Games. Boom. That's been done. Create your team Trello board. That's been done. Personal. That's almost done. Yeah, so almost all those things for the week are accomplished. And then I have, again, my daily things that I want to get done. Highly encourage it. If anyone has found my book, oh my goodness. Number 3, do set aside specific time frame to get each task done. Great question. So I actually don't set aside time to get things done because I work the 9 to 5. It's fluid. Right, so if most of us might have a 9 to 5 or other responsibilities, and maybe we're not able to block off sections of time during the day to get these things done. So I just have them on there, and if I'm ever in like a lull at work, or if I'm during my lunch break, or I just finished work and now it's like, okay, I got an hour or 2 before my queen's coming home, before dinner might be ready. What can I do? Then I open my book, go to my list. Yeah. Now that does segue me beautifully, Queen, to the next one, which is use the sweet sound of jazz. No, I'm just kidding. But use a calendar. Highly encourage you to utilize a calendar, and there will be times where on the calendar, what's going on, DJ Caltech? Okay. There will be times where I utilize the calendar, especially on the weekends, to block off those times, right? Live podcast this Sunday, 11 to 12 this Sunday. Usually it's 2 to 3. Or meeting with this school district, meeting with Trap Wars and Verified Games to talk about stuff. So I will utilize the calendar to do time frames. But generally, daily tasks, I just make sure they get written down, and then at the end of the day, cross things off. Okay? Good question. All right, other questions, right? We're talking about what's stopping you from launching that business, what's in your way. Going back to the data, all right, we did a survey of entrepreneurs that are launching their business. We asked them, in your experience, what is the hardest part about starting a business? 75% said time management. 62% said money. 56% said lack of experience or knowledge. And 50% said confidence. So I want to talk about confidence for a second, because that's a interesting thing. Fear of judgment and failure. Good one. Yeah. Fear of failure was 43%. So it was up there, but time management was by far the most, right? But what is it for y'all, right? In your experience, what is the hardest part about starting a business? Go ahead and put whatever answer comes to mind inside the comments. What is the best way to obtain school district contracts? Networking. By far, the biggest contracts that we have gotten have been from people we've met at conferences, people we've known through college, and they just happened to become a teacher. Networking by far is the best way to obtain probably any contract, but for education, for us, which has worked hands down, networking. Yeah, the queen can attest. Like literally, I can't tell you the blessing that we received from being a blessing, right? And it's not just about networking and going to all the school conferences or going to all the events and being like, hey, Black Wall Street, the board game, it's the best. Get this, get this, get this. But when you're in those spaces, I don't know if they were going crazy on this jazz. Let me turn that down. But when you get into those education spaces, you need to present yourself as a valuable resource and a willing resource to the community. So the first school contract that we did, this was a speaking engagement. This was for, I think it was like a $700 speaking engagement. So it wasn't anything huge, but it was a great start. Elementary school. Someone that we went to college with. Hey, what's going on? Go crazy. What's up, sir? But someone we went to college with. They've seen our posts on Instagram. They've seen our posts on Facebook, and they're like, hey, we're having a Black History event. Would love to have you come out and talk to the kids. And we were like, cool. We're going to be up there anyway. It was in the Bay Area. We're from LA, but we were like, we're going to be in the Bay Area for another workshop anyway. We can come through. Happy to do it. And I promise y'all, I was going to do it for free. And she was like, cool. We have a little bit of a budget. Here's the budget. And we're also going to buy some board games. That's how we got that one. There was another one where we went out to Tulsa, right? We went out there May / early June, and we went there. The queen can attest with the 100% desire to give away games. That's what we wanted to do. What's going on, Dom? We just wanted to give away games, give away the knowledge that we had. We were going out there and meeting people and networking. From there, we got probably our largest contract to date from that experience. So say that to say networking is huge if you're trying to get your school contracts. Okay, that was a very long answer, but hopefully it was helpful for you. If you all got more questions, or first of all, if you're just joining, put what your business is, right? What business do you have? What business are you launching? And then any questions y'all have about starting your business, managing time, or just anything else that's off the top of your head, feel free to drop it in the chat and I'll do my best to give my experience to it. The queen said they wouldn't let us give, literally, they would not let us give these games away. And I think that's how you know you have something valuable, right? When you try to give your gift away, whether it's in a Instagram live, it's in a course, it's in a book, a t-shirt design, glass design, whatever you do, when you try to give it to people for free and they're like, no, I'm gonna give you something. Like, I'm gonna give you $1, I'm gonna give you $5, I'm gonna give you $20, I'm gonna give you something because I feel so much value coming from this. And that's what we experienced when we went out to Tulsa. We tried to give the game away for free, and literally every person, we were like, no, it's free, take it. They were like, no, I'm gonna give you something, like, take it. Youth Exposure. Oh, is that Taj? Youth Exposure Sports Foundation. Is that Taj? I forgot your Instagram handle. Let me know if that's you. But love it. Let me know how that's been going, man. I know it's been interesting in a pandemic, hard to do sports things in a pandemic, but we're coming out of it. So hopefully you're able to turn that around. Feel free, more questions. Keep it going. Keep me on my toes. Again, we're talking about time management. 75% of the entrepreneurs or business owners that we focus grouped said that time management was the hardest part about starting a business. We talked about a few tools. Number 1, wake up 20 to 30 minutes earlier than you do right now and write down one tangible thing that you can accomplish within the 24 hours that will push your business forward. Literally, write down one singular example. For us, it could be post on Black Wall Street. It could be write 5 minutes on your next book. It could be email back somebody for a potential contract. But literally, write down one, maybe 2 things that if you get it done, or when you get it done, it will move your business that much closer to your end goal. Number 2 thing that we said is, how are you utilizing your lunch break during your 9 to 5? What are you doing during that time that's really putting your business forward? And then number 3, we said, an hour after you get home from your 9 to 5, how can you lock in for just at least 1 hour and get some stuff done for your job? All right. You gave 8 hours of your time, your energy, your brilliance to your 9 to 5. And I know, trust me, I'm still in that 9 to 5 grind. I know it can get to 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock and you're like, man, I'm done. I'm tapping out. Call it. But you still need to put in that time for you. Right? You put in those 8 hours for your 9 to 5, for your business, making someone else wealthy, making someone else money. No shade. Again, I'm doing the same thing too. But when you clock out, when you have full ownership over your time, it needs to be invested into your business, into your vision, at least an hour. If you got more in your tank, go more in the tank. But I'm asking for just 1 hour dedicated to that vision. What is the best CRM software to use? I can't tell you the best. I can tell you what we use. And we are on a limited budget, as many of y'all may be as well. I do know that we're going to be considering Zendesk very soon. I do have a brother that works at Zendesk, and he put me up on game on just kind of the ability that it has. And we will be transitioning to them very soon. But as of today, we use MailChimp. You have the free plan. We had the free plan for probably 2 years before we went to the paid plan. It's good if you are good at going in early, creating those tags. You can create automations. You can create abandoned cart. You can create, what else is in there? Newsletters. You can have different audiences. So we have our Play Black Wall Street audience. We have our Play Black Wall Street Academy audience. You can create different tags. So we have our Riverside people, our Atlanta people, our New York people. There's different values on like who's active, who doesn't open emails, who is a recent customer, who hasn't bought something in 6 months. All that is within MailChimp. Pretty cheap. I don't know if it's the best, but it's worked for us. If it's not broke, don't fix it. It's worked for us. It's a great starting point. But we will be transitioning to Zendesk just because for customer support tickets, the Queen put automated follow-up emails after someone makes a purchase. Yes, all that is in MailChimp, right? So if they buy your sports education, like let's say they sign up for a event that you're having, right? 1 week's basketball camp, they sign up, they purchased it. You can then create a sequence to where, for the 7 days afterwards, they're getting reminders. Make sure you get your new shoes. Make sure you get your COVID test. We're at this location. Make sure you can set all that up in MailChimp. All right. Reason why we're changing to Zendesk is more so for customer support and to keep track of support tickets. So if there's a shipping error, or if there is someone who wants a speaking engagement, or they have questions about a contract, Zendesk is a little bit better at keeping all of that information. As far as Devon ordered 40 games, he also ordered a speaking engagement. It's been 3 months since he did the speaking engagement. There was a shipping error in the thank you cards that you sent. All that stuff can be housed in Zendesk and not MailChimp. All right. So that was a very long-winded answer. That's typically the route that I go. If y'all know me, Queen, I know you're laughing. Stop it. More questions, feel free to put in there. Barriers that are stopping you, or time management questions, or anything that's coming to your head. I will do my best to give you our experience. But MailChimp is a solid way to start off. If you're looking for chats, thanks for laughing. I appreciate you. We also utilize ManyChat. Also has a free and paid plan, which is pretty good for Facebook and Instagram messages, both automated. Like if you have like set questions for us, it can be, oh, I'm having a shipping delay. What's going on? Boom. There's a pretty normal response. Hey, is the Black Wall Street game available? Boom. There's a normal response. What's the difference between the second edition and the masterpiece edition? Boom. You can literally automate these messages on a website, on a Facebook Messenger or Instagram. So again, time for time management. All right, and this is the fourth key that we'll talk about for time management. Automation is a beautiful thing. Really think about what are emails that I'm sending all the time, and how can I automate that? What are Facebook messages that I'm responding to all the time? How can I automate that? What are email questions that are coming in all the time? And how can I automate that? I know for us, when we first started, we weren't in the position to hire staff to really be able to do that stuff. So it was like, okay, what technology can we use to be able to not answer emails during my 9 to 5, right? So I'm not, I see email come in, I got to get to it. Or I see a Facebook message, oh no, I need to do it or else we're going to lose a customer, which was a real fear for me. Like if I'm not there during the day, we're going to lose business. Real fear, right? Let me know if you felt that. You can put a heart comment. Like if you don't respond, you might lose that business. So setting up automation relieves that a little bit, at least for me. What about obtaining a CPA? Yes, you can get. You asked some good questions. Is that Taj? Let's see. Oh no, Timothy, what's going on, man? CPA. So highly advise you to get someone to help you out with your taxes for sure. CPA wise, I don't know where your money is to where if you would be able to afford an accountant coming in and helping managing your books. There's QuickBooks online we've recently started using, or you can just do your own Excel sheet. But I would personally suggest getting a professional tax person to do your taxes, especially if you have your 9 to 5 taxes and you have your sole proprietor or your LLC or your S corp, whatever entity you set up, because they should be able to help you out. All right. Second, for me, I'm not the most organized person per se. So I like having the CPA to help out, or having the accountant come in and help out with all of that, which the Queen does a great job at organizing our stuff and the statements and all that beautiful stuff. And then we give that to the tax person to help us out. I did our taxes for some years. We did good, but I feel like we probably overpaid in some taxes just because I didn't know all the rules. So we used an accountant, professional accountant or professional tax person last year. And that return was much more beautiful. I'll tell you that right now. It was a beautiful situation using a professional. So that's my mindset for all of 2021 and beyond. If you can pay somebody to do it well and you have the resources to pay somebody to do it well, use it. If you don't have the resources, then that's okay. That's why you're building your business in order to be able to get it someday. All right. Great question. Yeah, of course. If you're just joining us, Rodney, what's going on, King? If you're just joining us, 2 questions. 1, what is stopping you from launching your business or growing your business? And then number 2, what tips and tricks do you use to manage your time? In surveying entrepreneurs, we asked them, in your experience, what is the hardest part of starting a business? And 75%, 3 out of 4, said time management was the hardest part of starting their business. So we already went over 4 goals. Let me know if y'all remember any of the 4 tips. If y'all remember any of the 4, drop them. I'm going to let that buffer. If y'all remember any of the 4, go ahead and drop them below. I need to see if I remember the 4. Number 1, Calendly. Come on, Cleverly. Yes. Calendly is a great one. And that goes with the 4th thing that we talked about, which was automation, right? Calendly, for those that may not know, they also have a free version. It's perfect for scheduling. So if you are a person where like you work as a CPA and you want to do one-on-one consultations, or you have a podcast and you want to have people come on and interview, quick plug for the Cleverly Changing podcast, dope stuff. Also plug Truvel Forever podcast, also dope stuff. But if you have podcasting interviews you need to schedule, if you have, for me, tutoring sessions or business coaching sessions that I need to schedule, instead of doing the back and forth, right? Email, hey, does Tuesday work? Oh, no, Tuesday. Okay, how about Friday? Oh, no. Okay, well, how about set up the Calendly? You put your schedule in there, and then you say, okay, here's my link. Schedule whenever you're ready. They go in, they click, I want to come on the podcast Sunday at 2:00. It sends them an automatic email, link, adds to your calendar, adds to their calendar. And you just saved yourself probably 30 minutes to an hour of work of back and forth. So thank you for bringing that up. It's a great point. Calendly. So that was the fourth thing we talked about. We'll go backwards. The number 3 thing that we talked about was using a planner and writing down your tasks, your priorities for the year, for the month, for the week, for the day. Right? So 2022 is right around the corner. Highly suggest. Highly suggest you get a planner and you write down what are your top 3 goals for the year. Write that down. Then each month, January, what's your goal for January? Then, what's your goal for this week? And then, what's your goal for Monday? That has been a blessing for me for this year. I got this January or December of last year. I've been writing stuff down, write my daily affirmations down, write down my yearly goals, monthly goals. And it has done wonders for me this year. So I highly suggest you write things down. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for tapping in, y'all. Number 2 was was it the lunch break? No, it was to use your time as if you are. Oh, you got to break that down, Rodney. I don't know that acronym at all. Scamper technique, please break that down all the way. But you are maybe the owner and the number 1 employee of your business. So the same 8 hours, maybe not the same, but you work your 8-hour business, or you work your 8-hour job, right? And when you're there, you're dedicated, you're investing in them, and you're working, you're grinding. And then when you get home, sometimes you're clocked out, you're tired. But what I need you to do is I need you to remember that you are the number 1 employee of your business, and you need to make sure your time is going towards your business, because if you're not working on it, unless you have employees, it's not getting done. So I would say set aside an hour, 1 hour at minimum, just to start after you work or before you work, to where you are dedicated, you are locked in to your business, right? You're answering emails, you're scheduling your posts on Instagram. That's another thing for automation. Schedule out your posts for a week or for a month, just so you're not stressed about it. But dedicate yourself, right? Literally have time in. I'm still waiting for the breakdown of this acronym. I'm very curious. And then the number 1 thing, easiest thing I think everybody can do tomorrow, is wake up 20 minutes earlier than you do now and write down 1 tangible action that you need to accomplish today to move your business forward. All right? Not to the end, not to make your business $1 million, although if that's the next step for you, hey, we love to see it, right? But literally, what's 1 step that you can do to just get to the next level, right? So for us, Black Wall Street, or Play Black Wall Street, it could be send an email to 1 school. It can be write 1 chapter or write for 5 minutes the next book that you're working on. It can be to create a video on YouTube for Black Study Snacks. It can be to send books to the Black Book Club. Like, it can literally be 1 just tangible thing that moves you forward. Write that thing down, and then throughout that day, you must get it done. Must. At some point, you must get it done. Okay? All right. Elijah's waiting for it too. You can't drop that technique and then not break it down, Rodney. Come on now. Oh, he's baiting all y'all. He's baiting y'all. But while we wait for that, if you haven't already, sign up for our Launch It free workshop that we're having this Thursday. Okay, link is in our bio. Click on our link tree. I'm pretty sure it's the first one on there. Launch It free workshop, free. We're gonna be going over the 5 reasons why most businesses fail. I'll give you a hint. Time management is on there. Poor management is on there. Lack of unique value proposition is on there. Hey, be natural. What's going on? So tap in. If you have a business idea or if you're trying to grow your business, free hour-long workshop tomorrow. We'll have time for everyone to hopefully get on camera, introduce themselves, network a little bit with each other, and then we'll go through our presentation. It's going to be this same vibe. Like I'm a professional person, but I'm not overly formal, right? So it's going to be very comfortable just like this. You can ask your questions. You can give your own advice. So yeah, go ahead and sign up. Again, link in the bio. But okay, Roddy broke it down. Brainstorming technique. Substitute, combine, adapt, modify, eliminate, and then rearrange. The Scambert technique. Interesting. I've never heard of it. Anyone else have heard of it? Feel free to let us know how it's worked for you. But it's a brainstorming technique. You substitute, combine, adapt, modify, eliminate, and rearrange. The technique that I'm learning right now is a project management technique called Scrum. I don't know if there's any project managers out there, but I'm just finding that we have more and more projects that we're doing simultaneously, and we're collaborating with more and more people. And it's not like this, but it's kind of like this, to where there's a certain framework on how things should be getting done. Having the weekly updates, delegating tasks, having people present, having timestamps on everything. So I'm not done with the book yet, but I'm hoping to really be in project management mode and Scrum mode in 2022 to help get more things done. Questions, drop them. We're going for maybe 5-10 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. Appreciate y'all tapping in. But go ahead and put any questions or additional techniques, resources you have in there for us. Speaking of which, let me go to my list, see if there's more things I'm supposed to get done today. That's why I love this list. Post 7 steps to IG. I did do that. Again, 7 steps workshop happening this Thursday. I did just post on IG. If you go to our last post, boom, it's right there. Learn about it. Help mom. I did help my mama. Pay invoice. Yup. Check on games. Yup. Review old tasks. I need to do that right now. And then I need to write for 5 minutes still for the day. So after I'm done with you amazing, beautiful people, I'm going to go ahead and write for 5 minutes to get one step closer to finishing this book that I'm working on. And I'm pretty confident about this next book. If y'all don't know, and I see the question, I'm going to get to that question. So I have already written, this is the first book that I wrote, Black Future Month, A Visionary Plan to Reshape Our Future, available on Amazon and our Play Black Wall Street website. Basically just figuring out how can we have an entire month. This is June for us. No disrespect to Dr. Karji Woodson. Left February alone. Of course, shout out to his legacy. February, Black History Month, all love. But in my opinion, and other leaders, we need a month where we can focus on the future, where we can focus on technology, cryptocurrency, focus on financial literacy, focusing on intellectual property, business development. So that's the vision for that. Second book, Rose and Rodney, Black History Adventures of Rose and Rodney. It's a children's book for folks to learn. And now this is going to be the third physical book. This one that I'm working on is geared for adults. So those first two, Black Future Month, could be for adults, but they're really for the youth. This one is going to be for adults that are interested in starting and launching their business. I'm excited about it. All right. So, but let's go to these questions. What is the best way and grants for your 501c3 nonprofit? Let's see. So, full transparency, I do not have a 501c3 nonprofit, though we are working on it. So it's going to be not from direct experience. It's going to be from speculation. I do have a book on here, though, if I can reach it. One second. I'm a book guy. Be right back. Ugh. The only grant writing book, right, you'll ever need. Get you a book, right? Get you a book to help you figure that out. But I will say, one, networking is still key in getting grant funds for two reasons. One, obviously the nonprofits or a lot of grants come from foundations, which are nonprofits, right? And they're kind of like pass-through entities to where it's like the Bill and what is his wife's name? No disrespect. But the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation or the Google Foundation or the Robert Smith Foundation, right? They're big foundations that get a lot of people to give them money. And then these bigger foundations usually will have smaller grants that they give to the smaller foundations. So if you can go to those dinners, go to those galas, go to those conferences where you're meeting the people that are over all those funds, that will help you out. Number two, the experience that we had is the grantees, the grantors, the people giving the money, the people writing the check, right? They want to see that your program has history and has results. So I'd highly encourage you, as soon as you can, collect survey data, right? That says your program is efficient. Collect reviews from your parents, from your scholars that says, I went to this program for this result and this is the result that I got. Hopefully positive. The more likely you are to get those grant funds, because grant money a lot of times is tied to outcomes. And then the number three thing I would say is, if you are new and maybe you don't have the experience, find a nonprofit that already gets grants or has experience, right? So find maybe a black fraternity or sorority in your community that has 501c3 status, has a following and a group of people and experience, and say, hey, I want to do this program. Can I partner with you to get this grant funding or partner with you to facilitate it? Okay. Again, most of this is speculative because I do not have a 501c3, but we are working on it. And these are some things that we plan to implement. Okay. Homeschooling with, is that Anaya? What's going on? I got bad eyes, even with the glasses on. Don't judge me. Cool. Hey, good luck, Timothy. Let's go. You're the one starting the sports foundation. Let's go. I think the good thing about sports, right? So there's a lot of nonprofits around sports, but there's also a lot of just money in sports. So something for you to consider is figuring out what are some sports teams that you may be able to partner with, right? That would donate in-kind donations. So maybe they would let you use their gym facilities. They would donate basketballs, shoes, jerseys, because it's not money, they're donating in-kind stuff. So look for local colleges, maybe YMCA stuff, or sports teams like the Dodgers, the Lakers, the Clippers. I'm in LA, as you can tell. So those are the only options. But go to your local team and figure out, like, hey, I have this nonprofit, I have this group of students. What can we do? We've been able to take students to, the Staples Center. We will take students to Dodger Stadium just because they do have philanthropic arms in those sports teams that want to give back. So literally find people to reach out to. In-kind donations. Yes, thanks for the thumbs up, Be Natural. Get those in-kind donations. It's literally as good as money. And sometimes they prefer to give you the in-kind donations than the money. All right? All right. Final call. Questions on business-related stuff, or feel free to drop what is stopping you from launching your business. Again, one more time, 75% of the folks that we surveyed said the hardest part about starting their business is time management. So if you are trying to start your business, highly encourage you to sign up for our Launch It free workshop starting Thursday, 6 p.m. PST. Link is in our bio. If you have a young one and you want them to learn about business, we have Play Black Wall Street Academy available. Starting at just $1 per month, your young one can start learning about Black Wall Street, Mansa Musa, Mary Van Britton Brown, and how to start their own business. Link in bio, Play Black Wall Street Academy. Is that link in the bio? The 4-week Wealth Academy is definitely in the bio. I don't know if the $1 membership is in there. I kind of keep that tucked away because we lose money on that. But if you want that link, DM Play Black Wall Street. We'll send you that link for a $1 membership. But the 4-week Wealth Academy is definitely in the bio. That's what I get for talking too much. All right, final round for questions. Appreciate y'all for tapping in to the vibe. I'm just gonna play jazz music for maybe another minute or so. Should I write live? Probably not. I'm not gonna get stuff done if I write live. That's a bad idea. That's the final thing that I will say in here as we go away. Unless there's questions, feel free. But I was hesitant to believe my queen when she said that you can't multitask. Or I was like, you tripping. I can multitask. I'm a genius. I'm a melanated genius. I can do two things at once. False. It doesn't happen efficiently, right? So I could have probably done this live and worked out at the same time. I thought about doing that, but I didn't feel like changing. But being on a live and actively writing stream of consciousness probably wouldn't work. All right, I would either be ignoring you all and not giving you all my full consciousness and best, or the writing would be choppy and messed up. I'll make grammar issues and have to go back. So I would say something that I've focused on is in the morning when I do my writing for 5 to 30 minutes, I'll put on jazz or I'll put on some healing vibration music and I'll just zone out and I'll write. I used to try to multitask. Like I'll watch a YouTube video on real estate and business, and then I'll also write at the same time. This is what happened. I would just watch the screen and be like, oh, that's good. And I wouldn't be over here writing. So another time management tool is there are some things you can do at the same time. But when you can, focus. When you can, set aside 5, 10, 20 minutes and do one thing for that period of time and do it excellent, do it brilliantly, do it with all you have, and then move on to the next thing. All right. Okay. Amazing people. I appreciate you. This live will be saved. There was some good stuff in here. I even learned something about what did Timothy? Hold on. Let me go back to what Timothy said. Substitute, combine, adapt, modify, eliminate, and rearrange. That was something brought up by Timothy. We just had an order come in. Much love. We appreciate you. I think you just bought a course. But thank you for whoever went to our website and bought something. Much love. For anyone else, again, we have books on the website, Black Future Month and the Black History Adventures of Rose and Rodney. We have the 4-week Wealth Academy available for you or your scholars for $67. For you and your scholars for $67. Don't get me started. And then, of course, this Thursday, join us with a live free workshop on how to launch your business and the 5 reasons why most businesses fail. Within 5 years, over 50% of businesses fail. It happens. It's not going to happen to you, though. Come to our workshop for free. We'll teach you a little something. All right. Appreciate y'all. Stay healthy. Stay wealthy. Stay true. Peace.